Acharyo namo namah. Narayana paripurna gunarnavaya visvodaya stititolaya niyati prataya jnana prataya vibhuda sura saukya dukkha satkaranaya vidadaya namo namaste yo vipralimba viparita madiprabodhan vadan rasya kritavan bhuvidatvavadam sarvesvaro haririti pratipatakam tam anandatirthamunivahim namami पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनुवे सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विश्विदावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Welcome friends. I think we are into the, because the boons are the sort of in order to assuage, the Nachiketa who has not taken the hospitality of Yama in his house. We have seen, how he has asked for that, and the Nachiketa was also very smart enough to test the waters of Yama. Yama is also equally smart to see, how far this person is eligible to get the knowledge. The both are going on. So in this we have seen, because the first boon, with the Nachiketa asked, as we have seen, the mantra 1.1.8. In fact, it is 1.1.10. Shanta sankalpaha sumanaha yatasyat vitamanyuhu gautamo avi mutyo. Because he asked, because when I get back, my father should be happy, he should not be having any hatred towards him. He should be able to accept me as a loving son. I should be able to take him as my beloved father. There should not be any sort of a mutual rancor, that should not be there. Vat prasrushtam, because when it is there, he asked for it, the Yama says, when you get back, because automatically it comes. When he has said, my father should be happy and all, he has not asked I should get back to my same body. He has not asked. He was smart enough to ask so many things in the first boon, so that he gets his father to be amiable to him, and his father seamlessly is able to see him without his being lost, with his body being lost. He comes back again, and then he is also able to get the entire, the atmosphere well, and his father also gets, they say, consequent to the boon, Yama, when he grants the first boon in 1.1.1, he said, Yata Purastad Bhavita Pratitha. See, his father, because this Uddalaka Arunir Mat Prasrushtaha, when he goes there and he will get back and he will be kind to you, he will be happy. Not only that, Sukam Ratri Shayita Vitamanyuhu. See, your father will live long night, Ratri. He said Ratri in the sense elevated, spiritually elevated stage. He will not be having, in the same, as he has been, giving, all the cows, which are useless. He was trying to get the benefit of the Vishwajit Yajna by giving all the useless cows to the Brahmanas and all. That will not be there, and he will be doing every right thing. He was capable of doing right thing. It is at that point of time. He thought, because he will give all the good things, good cows. It's not that he didn't have. He gave it everything to his friends and family. Whatever is left, he gave it, like Kali Yuga, like what we are acting, he tried to act. That has been brought in the Kathopanishad. And that is what is the effect of that. That's what he has said. So here we are trying to do everything a make believe, because a person wants to be sincere. It is not only he has to be sincere, he appears to be sincere. So the appearance is more important in this Kali Yuga. In all yugas it was there, but in Kali Yuga in particular, the appearance carries more importance than what the real, the innate quality of a person. That is why, because when the Advaita also, it propounded the world is full of illusion. It's not delusion, it is an appearance. Appearance is, again, you will have to give sort of an imputed underlying meaning, because it's always being misunderstood. Any philosophy is likely to be misunderstood if you don't carefully treat into that. See, that is when it is appearance, it is a temporary truth. It's a temporary truth in this, subject to change. A man who is talking to you and who is praising you, you are a great man, sir, and all, he does it with a purpose. He has got a reason behind that. But that is an appearance. If you take it, wholeheartedly, yes, he is really praising you, you will be in for a big shock. So that is the nature of the entire the yuga, where people are purposive. They have to work for one another's selfish needs. But that is why when we said, the karma is important, when the Upanishad says, as in Isavasha Upanishad, second mantra also said, Kurvan yevehi karmani jijivishet rahum samaha. When he said karma is important, which type of karma? Not sakama karma. Sakama karma is selfish karma. The karma is nishkama karma. This is exactly the Bhagavad Gita says. Nishkama karma in the sense where you don't have, you are doing, you are doing a particular work. You are trying to give the full attention to that, to bring the best out of it. That is Nishkama karma. Anything you are doing, whether you are doing it for yourself or organization, you have been given a responsibility, or you are in a policy making body, you are trying to put all your midnight oil to see, how this entire policy which is being designed to be helpful to everyone. So every policy can't be perfect. The imperfections will have to be, they continuously being engaged, and they will have to be done away with. So you cannot have in the first stroke everything perfect, because we don't know how things will operate, because the world is changing, the people are changing, the people mindset is changing. See, earlier, if you have a big asset and all, because it was a great boon. Nowadays, if you have a lot of debt, you are some very important person, because asset doesn't have any value. Asset loses the value. The only gold, because it is having highest value, but it will also, because when the situation changes, when the dollar becomes very strong, the gold can go down also. But now they have, the cartel has established, the gold can't go beyond certain limits below, because they have invested, because they will not be able to see, to develop a mine, they have to invest so much of, I think, so many, they will have to take care of environmental needs, so many people's needs have to be taken, finally they will have to extract. Like the economy of the scale, because that works, as well as how finally the benefit flows to the entire humanity comes into being. That being the case, whatever is our area of operation, if we are able to do it with the full concentration, if you have full dedication, that is good enough for us. In fact, you don't have to recite even Upanishads or mantras or anything like that. When you do that, that itself is good. A lot of people are there, because they are doing it. They are all silent. They are not being brought to the light. They are not getting any Padma Shri and all. A lot of dedicated people, how they are doing it, and even now, after they are past the prime, they are helping so many organizations to work. Likewise, the silent people are always there. They are the real sages. They are the one who was getting all the benefits and all. But to attain that in normal life, since we are not able to get into those idealistic heights which we think, that is why all these things enable, slowly it takes away what we have. That's why Vivekananda said, by reading Upanishads or knowing the scriptures, I have not gained anything. But I have lost I have lost lot of dislikes. I have a lot of, the phobias I had, it are all gone. Like you will use, what are all the things that is preventing you from getting into the highest mode of your own dimension? We are in a dimension, but we are capable of getting into a dimension much higher than what we are. That is exactly the Upanishad takes it. For that, when we said, because the ritual, you have to listen to this, you have to sort of recite this and all. Not necessary. Without reciting, you will not get, that's no meaning at all, because you don't have to recite. If you want to be sort of a truly, sincere to your own concentration, your own faith, all that you have to do is Hare Rama is good enough. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This is exactly. In fact, we have said in a lot of things, a lot of people are worried about, they have got some salagramas inherited from their forefathers. They are all being done with, the lot of rituals are there. You will have to maintain the purity. You will have to, prepare the prasadam, separately you will have to do it, offer it and all. When you can't do all those things, doesn't prevent anything, even a drop of water. Pushpam palam patram toyam, as Gita has said, even add a 2 drop of water by telling whatever little mantra, if not Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare is good enough. If you do it with sincerity, the Almighty accepts it. That's why Pushpam palam, if you have flowers, you offer it. Palam, if you have some fruits, you give it, whatever fruit it may be. patram, even some leaves, if not at least drops. Patram toyam. Toyam is few drops of water you give it. That is good enough. So that you give with the sincerity, that's what it is being said. So with this thing that has come about, because when he has got that, his father will also get into the elevated dimension. Then he was asking for the second boon. He was talking about the giving a preamble as to Swarge Loke. That is what 1.1.12 we have seen. We have seen, I think, in a great extent, and we were in fact going to the second part of this particular mantra. First part of the mantra we have seen. Swarge Loke Nabhayam Kinchanasti. Because in Swarge, what is Swarga? Swarga, we have got a concept. Swarga is in Sanatana Dharma, it has mean different worlds. Swarga is the world where you get all the pleasures and there will not be any sort of a aging. You will be young enough. You will not be having any sort of a hunger and a thirst. Nothing will be there. So that, you can concentrate on, whatever, you can be happy because there will be no sorrow. That's what the second word said, because that is we will be going into Swarge Loke Navayam Kinchanasti Na Tatra Tvam Na Jaraya Bibeti, because you will not getting aged. You will be like a Markandeya, you will be in the same frame. You don't have any hospital bills to be worried about. And you get everything, because as if, you are in a climate will be same, 24/7, it will be all some pleasant, the European climate, you will be there at the pleasant climate, the sort of amiable climate, temporal climate will be there. Ube tirtva ashnaya pipase, because you will not have any hunger or thirst. So when you don't have any hunger or thirst, what is the necessary for you to exert and do for something? Nothing is there. But if at all there, because if you are good enough, you will be able to get some best things, that is available, because, you are in the association of a lot of people who have reached there and all. Shokadiko in the sense beyond shoka, there will not be any sorrow that will be touching. There will be any sort of stress. Modate Swargaloki. This is the general meaning if you read the entire sloka like that. But Swarge Loke, it has got totally a different meaning. The Swarge, when he is mentioning Swarga is, that's what normally everyone wants to get in. But he says Swarga has got different Swarga. The Swarga is the one where we go, exhaust your punya and come back. And then the next stage is Hiranyagarbha, they say, Advaita stream. And all other streams. So Hiranyagarbha is a place, where once you get into, you are all muktas. You are trying to get the mukti. Mukti is what? There is no birth or death. You don't have to come back to the world again. To exhaust your prarabdha karma, it is not there. And because then our Brahmaloka is again, where Brahma is there, Vishnu Loka, where Vishnu is finally the authority, you go there. So there, the thing what is this, wherever Loka you are going, you are under the command and control of the Brahman. Same Vishnu Loka, Brahma Loka are, because where Hiranyagarbha, beyond Hiranyagarbha, the Advaita, there is a concept called Shuklagati. Beyond that, you go into where there is no birth and death. But there also, you've got, you are under the control. You've got to be under the command and control, and there are various stages to get yourself elevated. It's not that straight, you go into that. So to get that, what is that? Is because that is what he is aiming at. Swarge Loka, when he means that Loka. So when he means Swarge Loka is the common people, who are still not, sort of elevated. For them to get into Swarga, you will get into Swarga, to a child you can say, you will get everything, whatever you want, you get ice cream or you want anything, that will be appealing to him. But then, because is it that you are getting the ice cream here also? That's why I narrated, the recap of a story of Yoga Vasishta, where someone, was about to be taken to Swarga by Indra. That the sage said, "I don't want Swarga and all, because I want to be here. I want to go get the final redemption only. Please go back." That's what he said. So likewise, that is there. What is this connotation of all these things? Is it that, because all of us, will be worried about, what is this Swargalaka, whether we are going to Brahmaloka and all. Here only it comes. When it comes, it has got a different connotation altogether. For that, you will have to get, even if you get into Swarga, when you, before going into the Brahma Loka or Vishnu Loka, the highest the Loka where you have to go. As per our Shastras, you are supposed to be in Swarga for one Manvantara. So when you are in Swarga, Yama still can be testing you. Yama is the Dharmaraja, he can test you, because you are exhausting your punya, but by doing that punya, you may be accumulating some wrong thoughts. For that, you will have to go to the exhaust the prarabdha karma, you go there. You will be still be under the watch and sort of a guide, you will be under the watch of Yama. But if you are getting elevated to a level where you have given up all your desires, or you don't have any desires, there is no more desires coming into you, and you have reached a stage where nothing is there and all, at that point of time also, you are supposed to be living in Swarga for one Manvantara. During that period, Yama's sort of ability to watch and look after you will not be there. But you will have to spend one Manvantara. The one Manvantara in terms of our human years is 30 crores and odd years. After that only you reach the supposed to be as per Shastras, Vishnu Loka or Brahma Loka. You are reaching there at all. Once you are reaching there, and then you become a Mukta, and there are also various variety of stages are there, but you will get into that. So once you reach, everyone is working for that, so that you don't have to come back to this world and again suffer, undergo all these things, and again for that you don't have any need to suffer because you don't have any desire to suffer. That is what they are doing it. So why you have to do it and all? Because there is a two type of interpretation. The first interpretation is, supposing by doing this there is a method. We will see how the Yama grants this boon. Because this is what Nachiketa is asking for. We will see how Yama grants this boon. We will see that is called the Nachiketa Agni. He says it later, but it is a sort of a Traya Agni. Because it is the Agni Fomam, which they are doing it. There is a particular way of doing it and all. When you do it, it is basically what you are trying to do is, we said, there is a stage in our entire Sanatana Dharma. After your Grahastha, you go to Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha, when you go, you are leaving everything. You are handing over everything to, and then when you are going there, you have to live with what is available. In the Vanaprastha, it is in Aranya. When you go to the forest, you will have to live with whatever is available, do whatever is, you have to be content with whatever is there and all. If there is some tsunami, if there is a storm, you will have to weather that, you will have to be there and all. But there, of course, you want to do meditation and all, but when you are in a grahastha and when you are in the world, you will get all the samakris to do the yajnas. You will get savita, you will get ghee, you will get so many things to do it. But in Aranyaka, when you go there, you will have to do entire thing mentally. Mentally, in the sense your meditation. What we say Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana, when you do, you get into that, then only, you get the cosmic vibration, you get into a different level. You get into a cosmic vibration, and then whatever you realize, then you tell it to others who are with you in the Taranyaka. That is how the Shrutis have come. This entire Upanishad is also based on those type of Shrutis. The people have meditated and they have done, finally they got it, and finally it has been told to people. That is how, told to others, how finally it has been by Shruti only. We have never documented anything. It all come by Shrutis. All the Upanishads have come by Shrutis only. Vedas, Upanishads. Only the Smritis like Itihasas like Ramayana, Mahabharata has been written finally by Krishna Dvaipayana, took it to write all the 18 Puranas. And Valmiki got the divine ordain too, because Narada came and briefed him about the Ramacharitra in the Samkshepa Ramayanam. Then he could write the Valmiki Ramayanam and all. They all came later, so that the people can recite and know what exactly happened. That is Smriti. So initially Shruti has to come, you will have to be the highest level where the cosmos will have to communicate with you to give the vibration. That is exactly what this is happening. So in Aranyaka only it was supposed to be happening. Till such time you are in Aranyaka, when you are in a Grahastha ashrama or in a Sannyasa ashrama also, you are supposed to be doing all these yajnas. It is not that karma kanda is there that you don't have to do, because whatever is possible you will have to do. See, you are doing your Sandhyavandanam every day, that is a yajna. See, when you are Upasthanam, when you recite, that is a yajna. You are reciting the Vedic mantra only. If you really understood the meaning of it, the prayachitam and other things, whatever has happened, let me give up, all my ill wills. Let me give up all wrong deeds. Let me get the highest one. Everything you are doing, if it is same, because if even Pratastana Sandhya Vandanam or Madhyaniya Sandhya Vandanam, Sayam Sandhya Vandanam, everywhere you are doing that only. It is nothing but same. But when you are doing that, but for sannyasis also they have got to so many things. It's not that they have got elevated and they have to do. They should not be touching the yajna, but they have also to do the tapas. They have also got the sort of a. They have got the rituals are there to prescribe for them. They will have to do that. By doing that only, you will be doing that. That is exactly our. Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't absolve anyone of look, because I have become this, I can't do this and all. It says everyone has to do. See, everyone has to do. Why it is doing? By doing that, you get the power to elevate yourself to your level. If you want to not, because that is exactly, that's why they said, in every stage, it is not that, you will have to simply be doing and forget about it. You will have to do that. And when you are doing that, when you are getting the elevation, that is the effect of it. You try to do it. So that is why in chapter 3 as well as chapter 18 of Bhagavad Gita, we will go into that, they prescribe, you will have to do at every stage. In Aranyaka, if you have to mentally do, you do it. When you are in Grihastha you have to do your Satyanarayana Puja, you are doing it. To whatever way it is possible. Doesn't, you can't do which is not possible under. In those days they could do, because all things are available. You don't have to do that. This you have to do that. This is exactly what he has said. And this exactly why he has meaning, because when he said in the Swarga Loka, it is not that, because the Yama would have been happy to give him Swarga and forget about it, done with it. But he doesn't stop with that. Then he says, I will have to get finally Shlokaragitaha, then finally I will have to get into the highest point where the knowledge has to be there. So the knowledge is the very important. When he has asked for this 1.1.13, that is the mantra in your page 18. You can see heavenly words for my people. Sat Tvam Agnim, it's at the bottom it is there, 18. Svatvam Agnim Swargayam Adyeshi Mrityaha. You know the fire sacrifice which leads one to heaven, Yama, he says. Satvam Agnim. Tvam is you, Agni, Swargam Adyeshu. Swargam Adyeshi. To get the Swarga, that is the final redemption of no birth and death. Adyeshi Mrityu. Mrityu is addressing Yama. You know that you are the repository of that knowledge. You have that. Prabhuri Tvam Shraddha Dhanaya Mahyam. So Prabhurihi, you know that the great, explain that to me. The greatest, because it is very difficult to understand. See, even if someone explains, you will not be able to grasp it as simple as that. But he is the possessor of such a high knowledge. It's not very easy to get from Yama. He wants that knowledge. Prabhuhi Tvam Shraddhanaya Mahyam. With, because if you tell me, I will have the same Shraddha, which you are employing to give that knowledge, I will be able to get that knowledge. He wants to get that knowledge. Right from the beginning, he is always hell-bent to get this knowledge only. So when he is getting that knowledge, what he is going to achieve? The next sentence is, Swarge Loka Amrutatvam Bhajanta. Swarge Loka Amrutatvam Bhajanta, in the sense there is Amrutatvam is no death or no birth. Mrityu is death. Amrityu, that is Amrutam. That is the Amrutatvam in the sense when there is no death, in the sense, basically you have to say figuratively, there is no death to your thought, your mind and other things and all. They are not, because completely enveloped by the undesirable thoughts or oncoming thoughts. They are all free from all these things. Swarge Loka Amrutatvam Bhajanta Etit Dvitiyena Vrine Varene. This is the second vara I am asking for. Here, we will have to bring the first mantra, second mantra, what we have seen and all. When Nachiketas' father offered all the cows, what is he offered? He offered Jagdatrina. It can't take even a grass, even a blade of grass, it can't eat. It has lost the capacity. And it also Jagdatrina Pitodaka. It can't take any even a drop of water. It doesn't have that capacity also. Dukta Doha. Dukta Doha, it can't give any milk. And finally, Nirendriya. Nirendriya in the sense it has almost been, it can't it can't conceive anything and it is useless. It is almost given up. Here one interpretation that is coming about is, when he has given that, the Upanishad also takes a cue from there. See, but whatever your knowledge you are getting is, that is pitodakam. When you are in this world, in Jagrata Avastha, like Vaishvanara, when we have seen in Mandukya Upanishad, pitodaka, when you are drinking, what all the experience, pitodaka, you are getting the entire knowledge. The knowledge comes to you. Jagdatrina, you are doing all the karmas. You are doing, whatever is Jagdan, you are doing it. When you are finally attaining a stage, you don't have any more knowledge from this world. That is all experiences you have had enough. None of the experience has any more meaning to you. Pidotakam, you don't want, because you don't want like that cow. You can't carry any more experience. It doesn't have any meaning to you. You have seen everything. You've gone by flight, you even if you have space journey also, you have undergone, you've done everything. There is nothing more to be done. Once you do that, any of the experiences don't have any meaning to you. Pitodakam, that's they say, because this is one of the interpretation. That shows when he gives that, finally you man also should be, when you are giving, once you attain a stage, you don't have any more experiences to be gained, nor you are enamored of any more experience, nor you got, if you don't have any such sort of a thirst for such an experience, you will not be doing any karmas, to for your sakama karma, you will not be doing. Anything you will be doing is a nishkama karma, because you don't have anything you in mind, you will be doing it. It is, and then dukta doha, but you will not be deriving any benefits of it. You will not be taking any benefits out of it. So when you have that, that is what exactly you need before attaining or listening to this Agni, which Yama is trying to impart you. You should have the mind. This is one of the interpretation. Why it has been given there, because he has given all useless cows. When you dying in the useless cows, in what sense? You don't have any use from this knowledge. You don't have any use from this karma. You don't have any use from the benefits of this world. When you attain a stage, your mind totally, you just give it up. That is Nachiketa. Na kinchit keta. In the sense, you don't have any sort of, you want to be somewhere, unless you are called, you are not going to come. You are not going to show up. He was an introvert, he was not showing up, unless his father called him and asked him to do something, he was doing it like that. When you are having that, that means you don't have any, you are a free board. It's a white board. Anything can be written. Any new knowledge is to be given in a clean white board, you write with, in a black board, you write with a white chalk piece, you will be able to get everything clear. If it is smudged, you will not be able to get anything. The smudging is the desire. The blackboard, if it is smudged with the desires and all the sort of still further experiences in this world, looking for further benefits and all, you cannot be given that knowledge. Whereas Nachiketa has gone that knowledge. That is why he, because when you know that great Agni, you give it to me. Sarve loga amrtatvam bhajanta etad dvitiyo vrine vrine. When he said, it is for the benefit of the humanity, because he is going to get back. When he is going to get back, he will give this knowledge, depending upon everyone's eligibility and yogyata. If someone wants to get, I will have to get only the pleasure and the sorrow-free life, want Surga, he will take it. Others, those who want to get into the highest level, where they want to get the redemption, final redemption, They want to be in the Vishnu Loka by the side of the Vishnu Pada only. They want to get to the highest elevation because mukti, there are variety of muktis. The Shastras tell us variety of muktis. You go into the highest level and all. The thing is, why you are going is for the benefit of the world. When you are doing that, the cosmic vibration that comes from this, they are all there in that Vishnu Loka and all. The vibration that comes from there, that guides the entire humanity. Without that guidance, we would not have gotten to so much of a development, because the science has developed last 1 century, because the 20th century development of science is far too great than the earlier centuries. How it has happened, the people have gone, so many people have been attracted by that cosmic vibration. They have taken up to science. They have taken it up. Like so is the psychology, everything and all. Finally, even the science, when it is taken only for a material comforts, it loses its meaning. The science again takes it to the spiritual highlight, because they are trying to find how the world is made of. Is it that, because they say non-matter, it's matter, the non-matter is the thing which is causing the entire world to create and then it destroy itself. The black hole, it forms itself. From the black hole again, the birth of another star comes. All those things they are trying to find. In the sense, all this beginning and the sort of the ending of entire universe, the process, like human being, all of us, it does have a continuous cycle. They have got a order. Who has given that order? These orders are not coming to being. Incidentally, today is 29th of April. Today it is said, if you see the sky, even with your naked eye, you don't have need a telescope to see. They say if you have a clear sky, if you are fortunate to have a clear sky, on your upstairs, you will be able to see 4 stars. They are Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn in one line. They will be brightest. Incidentally, today, 29th April. I think whoever is possible, try to see that with the naked eye. You will be able to see in a line. They will be all aligned in one single line. Who creates this? This doesn't happen at all. You don't, because in the cloudy sky, you don't see, the smoggy sky, you don't see even the normal stars, one is able to see, you are not able to see. But today it's going to happen. Incidentally, it is happening today, because I just saw, because they said, everyone should fix up the time, because after it is getting, just after the late evening, the dusk is over. If you see, before 8:39, you will be able to clearly see. Maybe I think all of you can attempt it to see it. How this phenomena takes place. This is again a science, because after all the scientific predictions, they said this can happen, that can happen and all. And they have only found out, all this will fall in a line. And sometimes after falling in line, how they again disperse, how it goes again, and they will have to find a reason for that order. But the order is there. Likewise, it is something which beyond our power when it happens. Then you will have to get that Nachiketa Agni, that knowledge. How you are going to get the knowledge is to give the full concentration to you, as well as you are able to get that knowledge so that you can disseminate the knowledge to the entire humanity. For the purpose of Nachiketa, he is going to come back to this world. When he is going to come back to this world, he is going to get this knowledge, not for himself. He may be trying to attempt, get to the redemption, but to get to people to know, so that the people understand the possibility by which they can do it, so that whatever they are doing will not be a sakama karma, it will be a nishkama karma. If all of us work for a common benefit, you just see the effect of the entire world. This is necessarily, we have to look after, whatever needs are there and all. But to look after needs, if the system is such, you are not going to unnecessarily exploit someone's resources, and you are going to be keeping the resources as it is. That is the highest thing that can happen. See, because the entire world, the entire Upanishad, the meaning, what you are seeing is the Shruti, everything, whatever is being said, you are going to be aligned with the nature and live accordingly. You will not be exploiting a bit of it. In the sense, when you don't need, because if I need only fan, why should I have an air conditioner? Okay, now I need air conditioner because the climate has been changed so much. So they have one air conditioner, and of course then I should have one ton or 1.5 ton or 2 ton. It's better to have 2 ton. And then you have the 3 more air conditioners. You have everything, because the wants go on, building up. You want to secure yourself, but in the process of securing yourself or insecuring so many other people. See, the power goes off today, the purpose, the very reason for power going off in Tamil Nadu day on and day off, right from morning we have fluctuations. It is mainly because too many people are drawing power, and when it is not necessary also. So what is, once it becomes a luxury, this slowly it becomes a necessary becomes inevitable. It should be, whether you like it or not, it has to happen. People don't mind, the stealing the power or whatever it may, beg, borrow or steal and take the power and have the comfort. That's what has happened. And again, you don't have a coal in the, of course, in the plants. Of course, it is a nation is facing it. All of us will have to have a collective responsibility, to do that. This is exactly the Upanishad brings it. Before Yama grants the second boon, he gives all this to him, so that when he comes, this Agni, this knowledge, should be not only available to him, all who are associated with him, he should be able to dispense the entire knowledge when he gets back. By getting back into his body, he doesn't want to be, to be good son to his father, and the father to be loving him without any hatred. That is not the only purpose. He comes here for a very great purpose. That's why the Vivekananda said, that I have a dozen Nachiketas, I can change the entire world within few days. This is exactly the dedication he has it. So once he has done, the Yama grants the second boon, 1.1.4. So this is exactly the where Yama says, this entire thing, what he is saying is, in the Karma Kanda is where you have to do all this yajna and all. When you are not having the yajna, you do it mentally. Mentally, finally, what it comes to? No sakama karma, nishkama karma. Whatever you are doing will be without having tinge of a selfish benefit into that. Incidentally, you get some benefit out of that, it's okay. But not that you will be going after that. That is it. So 1.1.4 is the next great mantra we will be seeing, where Yama grants the second boon, what he has asked for. Prate brevimi tadume nibodho swargyam agnim nachiketaha prajanan. He says, I will gladly tell it to thee. He said that when I am giving it, prataha, it is special. So say, qualifying brevimi, I will explain to you in so many details, because including every minute detail that is required. The Nachiketa Agni, what we talk about, you will see, it has got so many specifications, so many conditions. He will tell everything and all. Tatu me bravimi, when I am telling is that knowledge desired by you is not an ordinary knowledge. It is a special knowledge. And he has not given to anyone else. Yama has not given to anyone else. He gives it tad, that knowledge desired by you, who is, by which thou hast asked for, and you deserve that. That's why he gives it. You deserve that. You have got the total dedication. For my words, Nibodaha, understand with concentrated mind. Even Nachiketa says, don't vacillate, don't wobble, listen to properly. And because certain things, if you do even little minutely different, the effect will be different. That is what he says. Understand with concentrated mind, low learns, Swargyam hitam swargya satanam, heavenly leading to heaven, the instrument of attaining the highest heaven. That is, because whether you call it Brahmaloka, Vishnuluka, that is one, or the Swargas, which ordinary people desire, that is also possible. But this is what it says. Swargyam Agni, the god Hari is called Agni, because that is the interpretation that is given here. The Agni gets the entire power from the Brahman only. Who is Brahman? The very first mantra we said, Agnir Mile Prohitam, the Rig Veda, the first mantra says about it is invoking Agni. Agni is the one who has existed even time immemorial, Adi. And for that Agni, who has given the power is Brahman. The Brahman, because you can take it as Hari or Narayana everywhere. In all philosophy has taken Narayana. Narayana, the very meaning is Narayana. Finally, the human being, by constant meditation, what he can reach is the Narayana. When you say Parayanam, Parayana, because the para knowledge, when you get the highest knowledge, that is the highest. By doing a repeated Parayana, you do the Parayanam of Narayaniyam, or you do the Parayanam of this and that, and Parayana, that is the highest goal, the highest destination. The Narayana is for a Nara, that is the final goal that you will get. This Agni, he has been given such a power by Brahman. That is what finally you will be getting it. That is what Yama gives all these things to him so that he should concentrate and get it. It is not something he is getting. He is understanding finally the Brahman. Understanding in the sense apprehending the Brahman. Let us be very clear at it. He can't comprehend the Brahman. The comprehending the Brahman is even not possible for Chaturmukha Brahma also, as we have seen in Kathopanishad, Talavakara Upanishad. It is not possible. So you can apprehend, you can get an idea because he is so vast. So like 11th chapter Bhagavad Gita, when he says, finally he said the Vishwarupa Darshana, how will you be able to comprehend that Vishwarupa Darshana? It's so huge, mind-boggling. Even a yogi like Arjuna could stand the sight of it with so much of a blazing and where you are doing. But here it will also give an input how you can be part of the Virat Swarupa, Viswarupa. The Nachiketa Agni, or that Agni which he is going to impart, will make everyone to be part of. You will not be able to see that. That's why you will not be able to comprehend, but you will be able to apprehend. Apprehend in the sense your position, relative your position. You are Anu. You are Anu Tattva in relation to Mahat. So how you will be able to relate, how you can see you are blessed, and so that you can get the redemption at your level based on your eligibility and your own sort of the sadhana which you are doing. This is exactly it says. The instrument attaining Agnim, Nachiketa, oh Nachiketa, Prajanan, know that will thoroughly Ananta Lokapta. So that is why Prathe Bravimi Tadume Nibodha Swargam Mayim Nachiketa Prajanan. Prajanan in the sense know that this well thoroughly, because don't have any gaps in that. He gives all this preamble to him so that once you are able to get that without, even if the concentration is wavering, you will not be able to get, and it will also take you to different effect. So this is normally not given by Yama to anyone else. He has given because Nachiketa has the eligibility. He could see him. He could test him for 3 nights. When he has given up everything and when he has not taken any of the hospitality and tried to focus only on obtaining the knowledge. That is why he has given. For him also gives us the warning. In the sense, it gives so much to us. For us, when we are doing anything, our focus, how much it should be, because we are capable of, we are all imperfect beings. We are not perfect. To be imperfect is also good, so that, and more than being imperfect, to know that we are imperfect is more important. We are imperfect, okay, because it's not going to add, or we are not going to get any sort of a recognition or anything. But we should know that we are imperfect. That will enable us to slowly perfect one by one. Perfection is a journey. Till such time our last breath is there. So to do that, he gives even Nachiketa, the so enlightened person, he is telling him, Prajanan, Ananta Lokaptam. Ananta Lokaptam, it is in the final attainment, unending world. It is the infinite world. That is the Vishnu Loka, whatever you say, that is where finally you will be getting it. But finally, when you are getting it, you have to go through one manvantara, you will be tested. Till such time, once you are capable and all, one mantra in 30 crores and odd years in Swarga, you are supposed to be there, then only you will get that world. He gives all those things just to show, supposing, if weak-hearted like me, it goes there and all, this is not Hamara Basme, chhod do the Swarga and I don't want anything and all, the 30 and crores I have to wait, I will have to do, my concentration should not waver and all. If he says no, then you ask for some other Vara, Yama would have asked. then he will give you, you will get a house, you will get a country, you will get a all placements, you will get a lot of soldiers for you, you will have a lot of apsaras for you. Yama will be willingly giving all these things because for him it is going to be indulging in this world. Once again, you are getting into the same cycle of entire indulgence and get into all these prarabdha karmas and again come back to the birth after the birth, and it is easy for him. That is why he gives all this preamble. If you are steadfast enough, if you are able to stand the test, it is like a final exam, final interview, where you are being finally grilled. If you are stand up to the test, then you will be given that knowledge. Otherwise, you can't be, you are not eligible to get the knowledge. That is why he gives all the, in spite of the fact he knows he is capable, he is eligible, he has come all the way. Not only that, he stood for that. Despite that, he gives the preamble to warn him. By slip, if he wants something else, he can give it easily. That is easy for Yama to give. Whatever you want, okay, I mean, I need, the big country, to rule. I have got so many people, to be serving me and all. He will have given everything and all. He tests. By chance, he slips off, he falters, that is good for Yama. This is a test for Nachiketa, and this is too much of a test for all of us. It is to understand, to bring, to reach that stage, how much is the, even after reaching the stage, how much we are being tested. Even when you become a mukta or jivan mukta or videha mukta, whatever mukta is there, even after reaching there, it is not that you should not slip off. As Shankaracharya says, you are always walking on a banana skin, you can fall either side. So that is what you have to be taken care of. Anantaloka, unending world or the heaven attainment, by whom the world is finally obtained by whom? Atau, Pratishtha. The Pratishtha in the sense, finally the knowledge what you are going to get, the Vishnu Loka or the Brahma Loka, whatever you are going getting, that is the support of the entire universe. That is the support of you and me. That is the support of entire Brahmanda. In the Brahmanda is the whole universe. And within the Brahmanda, all Pindandas. We are all made of flesh and blood. We are the Pindandas. And within the Pindandas, he is the one who is guiding force. Antar Bahishcha Sarvam Vyaptam Narayana, in the sense he is also inside, he is also outside. So you have to understand that he is the Pratishtha, he is the support for everything. He is the support for individual, even a small tiny, imperfect being like me to operate. He is also the power to operate the entire universe. And he is the one who has created, with the Prakriti, the Lakshmi, as we have said in Ambarini Suttam. She is the one who is created by the ordering of the Lord. In fact, the Visishtadvaitam, on that day we mentioned Sri Svatvam, that Kuratalvan has written on great scripture. There he says,